Hey everybody, it is February 9th, 2025. We are now live here on the Facebook. We're going to be live on the air in just a few minutes' time. But, yeah. Today is, again, February 9th, 2025. It is, Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to talk about South Coast Rail today, a little bit today as well. Of course, the weather.
Now available on your smart speaker by saying "Play radio station Talking Information Center."
For comments and more information, call 781-834-4400 or visit ticnetwork.org.
Thank you for listening.
WBBF Middleboro, WRS Middleboro, WRSLP Pittsfield, WLO Montezeri, WBA, WFL, WDJM Framingham.
There we go. Good morning, Mike.
From the Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WBBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing trains today, talking about trains. I think I've exhausted everything I can say about the Super Bowl. I hope the best team wins. That's all I'm going to say about the Super Bowl. And I hope we get a good one and not a blowout.
Use this hour from townhall.com.
But yeah, we're going to talk quite a bit about trains today. So that's a good thing.
Elements, and then the hope is they will move on to talking about stage 2. That will be a permanent end to the fighting and the release of the remaining hostages. All of this is under the shadow of the recent statement by President Trump that he thinks that Gaza should be handed over to the US and turned into a Riviera of the Middle East.
Also at townhall.com, former U.S. Senator Jim Talent says he supports a decision by Secretary of State Rubio to snub the G20 summit in South Africa.
Well, I certainly approve of sending the message that we're very concerned about what's happening in South Africa. It may be deteriorating.
I don't know. There's a winter storm watch still in effect.
So
there was supposed to be one through this afternoon, but
it's a good one.
The snow's gone. The snow's done. So I mean, I have this here, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it because I don't know if there's a. I'll check to see if there still is one in effect, but the winter, the snow's gone. The snow's gone.
Look at your radar before you make that decision.
Yeah.
Look at your radar side.
Well, I'll just look at
what
the weather
couldn't predict a winner, but he made an
says.
apparent reference to Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
I don't want to say, but there's a certain quarterback that seems to be a pretty good winner.
Greg Cluxton, the White House.
NFL's Patrick Mahomes has been, along with other sports figures, targets for thieves. Investigations continue into Some of these incidents
The thieves thing, stealing from athletes and stuff. That's
townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
I've heard me talk about Relief Factor and how so many people enjoy a better, more pain-free life because of it. If you're dealing with everyday pain, it makes sense you'd want to try it first. Well, Relief Factor makes that pretty pain-free, too, with their 3-week quick start kit for only $19.95. An easy, affordable way to see how it could literally change your life, like it has mine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. Trying it couldn't be easier with their 3-week quick start for only $19.95, less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call to 1-800-4-RELIEF.
like they're
That's 1-800, the number 4
making
relief.
another pass here.
1-800, the number
parking
4
lot with
relief. Wherever you're having pain,
the
every day you feel better is a day you
Nice.
live better.
All right.
Try Relief Factor's 3-week quick start. Visit relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com, or call 1-800, the number 4 relief. 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
It's a 21st century fun house that educates as well as entertains. Ed Donahue explains.
Paradox Museum Miami focuses on optical illusions and is meant for an audience geared for the age of Instagram. Museum Executive Director Samantha Impellizzeri says many of the exhibits look like the old carnival fun houses. There's a mirror maze, the spinning tunnel, and the upside-down room.
Kids are encouraged to touch and play and manipulate everything.
The big difference is the Paradox Museum explains the math and science behind each illusion. I'm Ed Donahue.
U.S. employers added just 143,000 jobs last month, but the jobless rate fell to 4% to start the new year. The first monthly jobs report of Trump's second presidency suggests he's inherited an unspectacular labor market. January job creation was down from the 261,000 added in November. More news and analysis found at Town Hall.
Yeah, the January jobs report,
Pennsylvania GOP
that doesn't really
says he agrees
show
with
you
Democrat John Fetterman that his
exactly
party
what
has
Trump
time
has
to
done
gain
so
support
far
from voters.
when it comes to the jobs market and trying to recover the jobs market. That doesn't show you what he's done yet. Because that January jobs report, that's mostly Biden. February, that's going to be an important jobs market report. Whatever the number is, that's going to be pretty important.
If that's true, it has a lot to do with the party's leftist policy.
So the January one, January one was important, but the February one's going to be extremely important because it'll show, that'll be like the first indication as to what the jobs market looks like under Trump. Because, I mean, you had, what, in January you had 10 days of the jobs market thing, the jobs report under Trump, but this month you got a full month, so this is technically the start. So it's going to be an important jobs report in March, when the February one comes out in March. Anyway, moving on from that. Moving on from politics.
Hi, I'm Chris Keisha.
Sorry. I wanted to play 270. I don't know why I played 278. I apologize. Cut me some slack. Come on.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's
I was distracted.
Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WBBF.
Dawn's Road Report. Yeah. All right.
Introducing that stuff, right?
I should play some music. Oh, what am I doing? 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Good morning. I'm all frazzled this morning.
We're all thumbs.
I'm all frazzled this morning. I thought there was a second part of the open I needed to play.
You
for
hit
some reason.
276 when you
I opened up with the promo, and I don't know why I did that this morning. Anyway, I was distracted.
Fat thumbs.
I will out myself and say I was distracted.
Fat thumbs. That's what my boss says. We have when we deliver the heating oil, we have a register. And we put in the account number and the price and everything. Sometimes Yeah, sometimes if you get the wrong account number or the price or whatever, you just call it fat thumbs. So.
Okay, well, we
got fat thumbs this morning, Joey, on this Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Super Bowl 59.
All the mics are up, so...
Oh, you did that right? Yeah.
I had your mic on. I did not have my mic on for the first 30 seconds, so...
If I run my mouth a lot, you can always shut it off, and you have in the past.
So I will repeat what I just said. I am a little frazzled this morning. I played 278 to open up this morning, which is the promo. I will out myself and I'll say that I was distracted.
What do they say? You're doing a great job, Brownie?
I was distracted. I was doing something else.
You were talking.
Yeah, I was talking.
I wasn't told. I wasn't interested at all. I wasn't even listening to you.
Yeah, I was talking to Don.
It was like a on
the Facebook Live. You can hear what we were talking about. We were talking about the jobs report.
You know why I wasn't
in January.
I'll tell you one thing. You know why I wasn't paying attention to that, and I do appreciate what he has to say, and I do listen to that. Economic feedback, and we all do. It's important. But we got Danny Harmon calling at 7:35.
Yes.
7:30 this morning from Distant Signal YouTube page, and I'm really excited when he calls because he does a lot of those YouTube train videos. He's been doing it for a long time, 20, 15 years now, since 07 anyway. And he's a good friend of our show.
So it's coming up at 7:30.
I just think a train. I'm thinking about anything on train on the brain.
Yeah, so Don wasn't listening to my
I was just
jobs report.
I was a lot
that I was. Yeah. I don't know why.
Because
they were mentioning it on the the USA Town Hall News. There we go. Town Hall News. They were saying the jobs report came out. Right. Which I talked about
which I listened
Friday.
But now I gotta listen to you.
Which I talked about on Friday. And all I kind of mentioned to Don was this jobs report was important.
This was the January.
This was the January jobs report. This one was important, but the big one that's coming up next month because that's going to be the first big kind of indication as to what's going on under the Trump presidency.
Right, that's the first full month under the new administration.
Yes.
So see where the numbers go, see where the directions are going. Okay.
Anyway, let's get away from politics. We want to have a lighthearted show today, but I just wanted to mention that,
That's why you hit...
Because people on the Facebook were listening to it.
Yeah, 277.
So, people were listening to it on the Facebook, and I wanted to just talk about it briefly here.
Can you just move on?
We're just going to move on, yeah. Because I wanted to have a lighthearted show, but we'll
Joey, that's a yeah, okay? You know what a yeah is, right? A yeah.
Okay, Don. All right. Give me a second to move on here. Let me get my weather up.
Yeah, he's getting the weather up, but the ride in this morning, roads are in good shape, 44. We live on Thompson Street, Route 105 Thompson Street, and the road, that was good. I mean, it's sort of down the pavement. It got a little bit of crust of, plowed snow on top of it, but, safe enough. It's good. Just go, watch your speeds. The 44 stretch between Route 105 and the Rotary, good shape. I did a nice job. And then the stretch of 44 from the Middleboro Rotary heading west through the rest of Middleboro, through Lakeville and Taunton Raynham. Good shape too. Some slushy spots, just small slushy spots, and they'll probably have that all cleaned up. The parking lot is plowed out here at the Federal Credit
actually
Union.
Currently being.
The landscape company does the plowing and everything. They do a really good job on the plowing here, so I'm not.
It was already plowed out when we got here, but they're making a second pass.
And hats off to all the people out there plowing tonight. They worked all night to make sure we can get through and pass safely, and we really appreciate people who work hard. I do anyway. That's me because I work hard. We all work hard, but these people are all out plowing and removing snow all night long, just so we can get to work. And you can hear our voice and hear Joey hit 276 instead of 277 on the replay, right, Joey? But no, Route 44. They're doing a pretty good job up here near the center of town. Some slushy spots, but They cleaned it all up. I think they got a good handle on the roads. They did a really good job last night.
All right, so
That's Dawn's traffic report.
So I haven't received an update as to the parking ban in Taunton. So I am assuming the parking ban is still up. So I'm going to read this. Due to the winter storm, which we just had, I think it's pretty much done. A citywide parking ban will be in effect. It says from 2 p.m. today, but that could change. We'll see what happens. Now, I haven't received an update yet as to what's going on. To keep roadways clear for emergency vehicles and to allow for plowing and treatment of the roads, all city residents should make every effort to park their vehicles in areas off of city streets. Not adhering to this ban could result in vehicles being towed at the owner's expense. 24-hour free parking lots are available behind City Hall, which is on Summer Street, Cedar Street, Trescott Street, and Ware Street, which is the rear of the TMLP offices, West Water Street behind Warehouse of Pizza, and Whittington Street at Goldstein's 5 and 10. Parking is available at the Court Street and the Pleasant Street parking lot during the course of the ban. Vehicles must be removed when the ban is lifted. There you go. Parking ban in effect right now. Obviously, that could change.
Yeah, they're still cleaning up.
They're still cleaning up, so I'm assuming it is still in effect.
I mean, just take it easy. I mean, like I said, 44 is in good shape, and 105, not down pavement, but packed snow. I mean, plowed, well maintained, packed snow. Yeah. And also keep in mind when you go by bodies of water and shaded areas, like on Route 105, anybody know that road? They call it the tree tunnel. It's you go down a hill, and the trees are shaded on both sides of the road, and it's usually a 5-10 degree drop in temperature. Been living in Middleboro for 25 years now, and I've seen a lot of cars, vehicles slide off just under that area, under that canopy. You're cruising along, and you say you're going 105 north towards Halifax, you go down that hill, and then they lose control because it's ice underneath. There's obviously shade. So just take it easy. It's Sunday. Good morning to hang out and listen to Middleboro Review and have some coffee.
Weather time: 28 degrees here in Taunton. Cloudy skies right now. I wouldn't say cloudy skies because the sun hasn't come up yet.
No, you can't go by what they say on the radio.
The sun hasn't come up yet, so that's just all I'll say there. I'm assuming when the sun comes up, it will be cloudy. 28 degrees, 33 for the high today, 19 for the low tonight, so it's going to be cold, so all that, all the snow and all the wet stuff that's out there, it's going to freeze, so that's not going to be fun tomorrow.
No, obviously you gotta get everything.
And same thing for Tuesday. It's not going to be fun on Tuesday.
It's going to be crunchy on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. But no rain in the forecast, no snow until there's a mixture on Thursday, potentially. 41 degrees on Thursday, so it could probably most likely be a mixture. But the first half of the week looks really good, other than it being cold. But 28 degrees right now, cloudy skies. The snow is pretty much done. I think it is done. There still is a winter storm warning in effect, but I'm assuming that's going to get canceled at some point very soon. I don't think it's going to last until 1 o'clock.
It might.
It might.
They still need time to clear.
Well, I mean, the winter storm warning means the snow. It's snowing.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I think they do that with concert with the pocket bands and everything. Probably lift them all at once.
Okay.
Because they need to get everything cleaned up.
No, you're probably right about that, Don.
It's early. People are probably still.
No, you're probably right about that.
Still probably in bed.
You're probably right about that. But we did get about 6 inches or so.
Yeah, it looks like about 6. I mean, I didn't measure it. 5 to 6.
29 degrees in Middleboro, cloudy skies. 32 degrees for the high, 19 for the low today. In Driscoll, Texas, 71 degrees. Boy, I'd rather be in Driscoll, Texas right now.
Yeah, in February, but not in July, right?
Oh, it's gonna be 85 degrees.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be nice. It might hit 90 on Wednesday. In February.
I have a friend.
Well, they're in a warm part of Texas, so.
I have a friend of mine who lives down in Middleboro, Florida, and he says it's been warm.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty warm.
And I have another friend of mine who's vacationing in Naples, and he says it's been all last week. It's been pretty much over 80 every day in Florida. So
the complete opposite of where I want to be is Driscoll, North Dakota. 11 degrees in the negative.
It gets cold over there, huh?
Yeah, 8 degrees. That's all you're gonna see today if you're in Driscoll, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
-1 is all you're gonna see tomorrow if you're in Driscoll, North Dakota. It's not even gonna get into positive. It's gonna be -1 and a -18 for the low tomorrow night. At least there's no snow or rain or anything like that. So that's good. But still, cold. Very cold.
They must have a different kind of cold over there because they don't have the ocean there.
It must be. Must be a much different kind of cold.
Because last week when it was really cold, not last week, I mean the week before that, last week was last week, but it was really cold. I mean, it was down to 15, 8 degrees in some areas. And I'm out there doing what I got to do, and I didn't find that bad. I find when it was like 35 or 40 degrees with that biting wind coming from the northeast, coming from the water, that bothers me the most. The cold coming off the water, that kind of cold bothers me more than, I'd say, a North Dakota, like 18, well, 18 below doesn't sound too fun either.
It's not fun, no.
It's
not fun at all.
Yeah, well, your grandfather tells me, my father-in-law says, he's been out there in the Air Force, mine at North Dakota, and he says it's cold, but it's sort of a different because we're not near the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the ocean keeps things mild.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, being out a lot, it feels different. But like I said, I've never been to North Dakota, so I could totally be wrong. And it's like, this is terrible.
All right, 7:21. Let's take our first commercial break right now. We'll be right back here on Middleboro in review on WVB at 1530 AM, 99.7 FM.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays.
I don't think we're going to get to our
you will not be disappointed.
Music recommendation today.
583-1495.
We will get to South Coast Rail today, I think.
Is an association of combat veterans from
But I don't think we're going to get, unless we do it quickly, unless we do it like...
ride motorcycles as a hobby.
Well, let's see what
Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help...
I mean, I don't even need an article. We can just talk about it. I don't even need a South Coast Rail article. We can just talk about it. It's March 24th. It's a Monday. And then we can go from there. We can hold our own without an article.
Many members continue to
I mean, we know quite a bit about the project anyway, so...
We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year. And as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn
I gotta do my today in histories first. Get that out of the way.
Please visit
Yippee! Fun. Alright. Super Bowl day. I got the stacks. I got the soda.
Oh, you got the Pringle stacks?
I got a bunch of stacks. I got Goldfish, I got Pringles,
They got gold. What stacks? They have a...
Stacks? No, I got the regular Pringles. I didn't get... No, those... That's lame.
What are you saying stacks?
Stacks? What do you mean?
You just said stacks.
Snacks.
Oh, snacks.
Like, what? I didn't say stacks.
No, they got stacks. It's just
No, yeah, no, they have stacks. Yeah, Lay's, Pringles. Those are no.
Snacks.
Just get the regular. If you're gonna go for the Pringles, get the regular can.
All right, everybody listens forget it. Let's get back on the air.
Yippee, fun. Let's go. All right.
Get ready for Danny. He's calling in 7 minutes.
I got it. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, 0. And we are back here on Middleboro in Review. It is 7:24 a.m. And let's go through the today histories today real quick, because before the 7:30 break, we have a pretty major update when it comes to transportation. But let's get to our today histories first. 1775, American Revolutionary War, or during it, the British Parliament declares Massachusetts in rebellion. So that's kind of like the start of it there. And that would last up until 1781, I believe, Don. 83, right? 1783, there we go. Yeah, because, was it the Treaty of... So many treaties. Treaty of Paris, there we go. Wasn't there another Treaty of Paris?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have this up. I don't have it up in front of me, so like
you gotta move on.
I don't have it in front of me, so I mean I'm pretty good at history, but okay. I need to have things in front of me.
Again, you gotta move on.
Yeah, Don, don't rush me, Don. I'll just go slower.
All right.
You know how I am.
I know.
I'll just go slower.
Yeah, okay.
1778, Rhode Island becomes the 4th U.S. state to ratify the Articles of the Confederation. Cool. Yeah. Happy birthday, Rhode Island. Yeah, there we go. 1825, after no candidate receives a majority of electoral votes in the U.S. presidential election of 1824, the United States House of Representatives elects John Quincy Adams as the 6th president of the United States in a contingent election. That was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Very interesting one, because that was John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson.
Right.
And that was that wasn't a fun election for Andrew Jackson fans.
It's been pretty, there's been some brutal. You gotta go read your history. You think we're ready to fall off a cliff now politically? I mean, you gotta go back and read some history. I mean, it's been rough. You know what I mean? So
there's a weather-related one. 1870, the U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant signs a joint resolution of Congress establishing the U.S. Weather Bureau. So that's pretty interesting there. Nice. 1942, year-round daylight savings time, aka wartime, is reinstated in the U.S. as a wartime measure, and that's to help conserve energy resources.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting as well. 1964. The Beatles' famous Ed Sullivan Show appearance.
Oh, wow.
Performing before a record-setting audience of 73 million viewers across the United States.
Didn't Chachi said that was like when he saw that show, that was a change of
Yes.
life when it came to being all and everything Beatles.
We have one
so
other
he
one.
knows. I'm sure Chachi LaPrette knows what today is all about.
Yes. And we have another one. On this day in 1986, Halley's Comet last appeared in the inner solar system. And the next time it's going to appear will be 2061. I will be 62 years old. So, there you go. I might see it in my lifetime, So that's pretty cool. Halley's Comet. If I'm even paying attention,
No,
maybe I'll miss it.
You went this morning with plot 277 and 276. This big comet that doesn't go by. Switch.
All right, our birthdays. 1773, William Henry Harrison, American general and politician, the 9th president of the United States for exactly 31 days. Yeah. Yep. 1814, Samuel J. Tilden, American lawyer and politician, the 28th governor of New York. He was almost president.
Was he?
He came very close.
What do you want?
He ran. What year did he run? He ran. Hold on. Was it 1868? Hold on. I gotta now I gotta find. Yeah, I know. I knew you were gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I didn't have it in my today histories. Now
I'm gonna call you out on it.
Now I gotta look for
Now
it.
you gotta look for it. Now you know
1876.
Against Grant.
Mm-hmm.
You went against Grant, right?
Yeah, then that one was pretty close. I'm pretty sure that was a pretty close one.
Yeah, that was Grant's against Grant.
He almost became president. I believe that was Grant. Yeah. 1943. Joe Pesci, born this day, American actor.
Pesci.
Yeah, we were talking about him this morning.
Were you?
Well, you were talking about. I think you were talking about My Cousin Vinny this morning.
The what?
You were talking about My Cousin Vinny this morning.
No, it wasn't.
The movie? You weren't?
No.
I don't know why you mentioned it.
Okay.
You mentioned something relating to that. Moving on.
But Joe Pesci. Gotta love Joe Pesci. You got a problem, call Joe Pesci. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Well, My Cousin Vinny, that's a good movie to watch. Joe Pesci.
Everything he's done, I love.
Yeah. We start over. 1987. There we go. Michael B. Jordan, American actor. If you've seen Creed, that's a really good movie to see. Because he's amazing in that.
All the Creed movies were good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. We don't have any deaths today, Don.
No,
so that's it. Well, no one of note. No one that I know that I could talk about.
Right. No, I'm saying,
No one of note.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's funny. You usually always have one.
Yeah, usually. But today I don't. All right, 7:30.
They wanted to watch the Super Bowl.
7:30. We're gonna take. Actually, before we do, we have a. Let me see if I can get my thing going here with the headphones. Here we go. We're gonna say good morning to our. I believe this is our guest. We're gonna say good morning to Danny Harmon. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Great. We're just gonna pause for our news break, and then we'll be with you on the other side.
I'll be right here.
All right, that sounds good. All right, we're coming right back with Danny Harmon in just a few minutes. Everybody, stay tuned.
Hey, Danny.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
I'm great. I'm sitting in downtown Folkestone right now. I'm getting ready to watch a three-way meet here.
What time's that happening?
The countdown's coming around the corner here in about 30 seconds.
No kidding.
And there's another southbound that's coming in behind him. He's coming out of Savannah, and he's only about three miles away. And then there's a northbound on the other track that's just down the hill here. They're all coming at the same time right in front of me here.
Oh wow. What's the chances of that? That's something else, huh?
You don't see that too often. Once in a while you see it, but
And you're calling us during all this. I feel honored. I really do. I'm sure you got your cameras rolling. I'm sure. As you're speaking.
not today. I'm just sitting it out and then I'm going to watch it from the truck.
Oh, are you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got you just doing filming, or they got something going on up there today?
Well, this is the weekend of of the annual Actionable Train Show.
Okay.
This is when the ACL and SAL Historical Society has their meetings that's concurrent with the Jack's Train Show.
Okay.
And they have several activities this weekend, and the last one is a cookout that we do up here in Folkestone on Sunday morning. We do it about Sunday, around 11 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Good. Yeah, no cookouts up here. We got 7 inches of snow. I think we'll plow and shovel after the show. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So you're all done with work, huh? I saw the send off there they had for you on the news.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was nice. You know, you miss it?
It's kind of sad, you know, having lived in the place after 42 years. But
Yeah. You miss it a little bit, or sometimes
a
it's.
little bit, but not in the way you would think. I just miss all the you know, with my coworkers. I had so many friends there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just weird after so long, just getting up in the morning and not going in. You know, not going to work.
Joey thought he heard you do a commercial.
I heard you twice, actually.
What commercial was that for?
One of them was something to do with like pets, dog something.
Is that you?
Like a dog something, and then the other one was I think.
A dog, it's a doormat for
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, and then the other one was something to do. Was it marijuana? I'm not 100% certain. Something. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't you. It sounded like you, but I'm not sure exactly what the thing was about.
Was it a TV commercial?
Medical. It was like a medical thing. Medical.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not 100% certain.
Hold on 1 second, guys. This train's coming right past me here. Very loud.
Yeah, that's.
A bunch of short, looks like 40-foot boxcars.
Oh.
I don't know what train this is. It's L something or other. Coming out of Waycross, Georgia.
Oh.
Wow.
Boy, that is.
Not a big train, but
Yeah.
I just don't see this too much anymore. It's just there's a couple of tank cars in it, but mostly just box cars.
On the last video, one of those cars, you called them something. They were like they were like almost like a Sperry car or whatever. You say they do something for the track. They right?
Yeah, there were CSX built 3 or 4 years back. They built these geometry cars. They're basically track inspection cars, and they built them out of old box cars.
Yeah.
And they put this geometry equipment in, this test equipment. You know, that checks track geometry and curve radius. And,
Yep.
you know, all kinds of track specifications, and they just put them in freight trains, you know, right behind the locomotives.
Yeah.
They just they run them all over the country with a satellite connected, and kind of the you know, I guess the roadway office, the engineering office, can see the test results from these things over the whole train trip. So it's pretty good idea.
About 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes, Danny, and then we're ready.
I'm playing my second commercial right now.
Okay.
Just gonna get it out of the way.
Yeah, he's gonna get everything out of the way.
So we don't disrupt the flow of the interview.
Okay, all right, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm coming down in May, Danny, again to visit my sister. So I'll give you plenty heads up. So hopefully you'll be rail fan, and if not, whatever, we'll hopefully get the hook up for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely give me a heads up, you know, about a month out.
I will. Yeah, that's probably when I'll have to buy my ticket anyway. So yeah, gonna go down and see her, and that's gonna be my new thing. Just visiting her in May. It could be April too. I don't know. Depends on the weather over here. You know what I mean? As soon as he cut me loose out of the old, take my GPS bracelet off. He says, get too far away from the oil company, I start getting electronic shocks. Right? Because it's been so cold here. We're still pumping a lot of oil.
Oh my gosh, and down here it's just the opposite. We've had the freezing cold weather week before last.
Yeah.
And now it's in the 60s at night and in the low 80s for the daytime.
Is that a little hot for this time of year?
Yeah, it is. It's a little warm. We usually have some pretty cold weather in February.
Right.
But, like this weekend, normally for this train, weekend that we have up in Jacksonville, it's usually freezing up here. I mean, it's usually.
Okay, we're ready to go on the air.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, 25 seconds. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we are back here on Middleboro in review, WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. Today is Sunday, February 9th, 2024. It is Super Bowl Sunday. And if you've listened to the show the past few years on Super Bowl Sunday, you know what that means. We are joined by Danny Harmon of the Distant Signals YouTube channel. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Not bad, not bad. How you doing, Danny?
I'm good. I'm out by the tracks this morning in Folkestone, Georgia.
Nice.
And just watching the trains go by. We just had I've been here about 15 minutes, and we just had our second train go by. This is a northbound intermodal, so far so good this morning.
Yeah, I've been there twice, and Joey and I have been there once, and we've got some pretty good footage there. It's folks in Georgia.
I got some amazing footage there.
Yeah, it's a really nice spot. It's a train watching. They have a train watching platform, and they have like almost a city park there, and they got like an old time train station depot. They don't use it anymore, but it's a really nice spot. It really helps the town of folks in Georgia. Their economy is based because a lot of people like the rail fan now. How long you been going up to folks in Georgia? Danny?
Let's see. I came up here the first time in 1995. So I don't know how long ago was that. Is that 30 years?
Something like that. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so 30 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's.
I'll never forget the first time I came here. I was just my wife had some kind of business thing that she was at, so I decided to take the day off. Came up on a weekday, and I just drove up along the rail line. You know how most highways or the highways will have a railroad lines will have a highway that parallels it. And I just drove that all morning, and I ended up in Folkestone here, and I had heard some mentions about it, from friends, and so I came over and checked it out, and I couldn't believe it. It was just the nicest place to watch trains I had ever seen. I just didn't know such places existed because usually if you want to go see trains, you're having to go into pretty grimy industrial parts of cities and kind of dangerous parts of town, and generally not nice places because nobody wants to live near the railroad tracks. So there's business, and industries that are near them. And but just to have this, it's a double track main line that's running through basically a city park that's I would say it's about a half mile long and about 300 feet wide. And it's just a really nice place.
Yeah.
And Folkestone has, we've got a lot of rail fans that come to Folkestone now. That they've promoted it pretty well for rail fans. But it's also for naturalists that come out here, and birders. We used to call them bird watchers, and they prefer to be called birders. But they come out here to the Okefenokee Swamp National Refuge out here. It's apparently a big wildlife destination for people. So
yeah,
it's really an interesting place.
I love how they have they got the water tower. They got the big alligator on the water tower. Is it? What do they got?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably look at now. Where you situated? Because I know that across the tracks you have the viewing platform, and then you have another parking lot on the other side, or where the fire station is, and then you got all the and then you got all the cabooses and
yeah, there's the cabins that are on the west side of the tracks over here.
Yep.
There's quite a few cabins now that different local operators have put up. I'm sitting at the very south end down here, kind of catty-cornered from the viewing platform, directly across the street from the Conductor's Corner RV Park. He's got a 4-pad RV park that he's built here, and it's big enough for 4 Class A motorhomes. And he usually keeps that fairly full. There's nobody here this morning, but probably just because of the interval in the holidays and the like. But yeah, there's a 4-space RV park right across the tracks from us right here.
There's a video that Danny does on Distant Signal channel, Distant Signal. It's called YouTube DistantSignal.com, and he has one. It's called By Dawn's Early Light is the name of the video, and I think he did shot that about 4 years ago. He did that, and that is my go-to video. I think I've watched.
I love that video. Yeah,
because it tells everything about Folkestone. Tells everything about the cabins in and around this area. It tells about the junctions. What's the junction there? I'm messing the name up. Nahanta Junction, is it? They call it, Danny?
Nahanta is the name of the subdivision, but the junction here is really just Folkestone. They call it.
Okay.
It's the Folkestone. It's the junction where you have the Jessup sub that branches off here. It's weird because you have the Nahanta sub that goes to Jessup. And then you have the Jessup sub that goes to Waycross.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out. Yeah,
that got kind of tangled up over the years as the track layout was changed in the early 20th century. But you have the junction up north of town where the highway passes.
Right. And there's another video he made just recently. I think at December 2023, he made about how they. Coming from Waycross, they reborn. A Star is Born. He said about an old freight line that they turned into a way out of the Waycross area, and that's another great.
Yeah, that was a real interesting one that I did. They had rehabbed the old Brunswick subdivision, which runs out of Waycross, Georgia, due east towards Brunswick, Georgia, on the coast.
Right.
And a very, very low density line there. One train a day out, one back.
Right.
And that was about it. And they upgraded that line with new rail and added signals to it, and then made a connection out where it crossed the CSX Main A-line at Nahanta, Georgia.
Right.
And they put a connection track in there where they could make a turn and get on the A-line and go north to Savannah, Charleston, Washington, and Baltimore and places like that.
Yeah, you get several videos that pretty much feature that whole area of Waycross, Folkestone, Nahanta, all those areas. He's in 4 or 5 videos. So if you go on his YouTube and you're interested about that area, it's really fascinating videos. I just go back because, I've been up there a couple times, but you really, when you go and you go look at things. Oh, here we go. He's a mile right now. Yikes. You got something coming then, right? A train coming?
I'm not sure now. I don't have signals here. The signals are all red. I think that was the defect detector from the last train that just passed by. And that was 2. And now we got 1 more coming, I think.
Yeah. Look at a couple of videos he just did. They put a couple out just recently. The end of train order signals. And
it was a little research project I did because I always wondered what those signals were, those semaphores that you see on old train stations everywhere, all across the country. They all had those. And I finally asked a friend of mine, old railroader buddy, and he said, "Oh, those are train order signals." And I said, all right, what were those for? And he went into the whole thing explaining what those did. They signaled in the old days before radio and even before line-side telephones they would use those to signal a train to slow down or stop and pick up orders. When conditions of the track ahead or situations with the other trains ahead changed, they would have to stop and pick up new train orders that had been sent by telegraph to these train stations, or the train operator station, and he would, move those semaphores into a position that would signal the train to slow down and pick up orders, which they did a lot, or stop and pick up orders. But, a lot of times they hated to stop trains, they still do. And they would just slow down enough to where they could reach out and pick them up. The guy would put them on a stick with a rubber band that was on it, and they called it a train order fork. And he would hold that thing up while the train passed at, 40 or 50 miles an hour. And the guy, the engineer and conductor on each end, they would just reach out and grab those paper orders out of that hoop. And that's how they knew what to do next, whether they had to take a siding up ahead or stop and wait for another train or drop off cars or meet another train. It's very, very interesting that they, that's how they got it done in those days.
Yeah, before
communication. No radio. And
right, before communications.
Telephones, and it's just fascinating.
That's a good video. I've been looking back at your videos, and since 2000, I'm just counting them because they're on order here. I'm on my phone here. You've done about 80 videos since 2019. Realize that? I mean, I'm only down to 2019. I'm looking at 80 videos. Been busy.
That's a few. I didn't realize there was that many.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just everything under the sun you want to know about railroad in Florida and South Georgia. Anything.
Yeah, and I hope to get out to some new locales. So now that I'm retired, Liz and I we're gonna saddle up and start heading to some new places. Hopefully up in your neck of the woods up there.
Yep.
And New York, and I'd love to go to upstate New York.
I'll tell you, upstate New York is the go-to place, but especially on the Hudson River. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've heard that's just beautiful up there. I want to see the line that comes out of Albany and goes west, along the lake, and goes west to Cleveland and Chicago.
Oh, I could take you to a nice little town. It's called look up Little Falls, New York, because it goes next to the Barge Canal, the new Erie Canal, which was opened in 2017. And I know your son likes canals and waterways because you featured a video of that. So that'd be pretty good. So that's really beautiful up here for trains. But as far as staying close to home, maybe 6 hours, 8 hours is close to home for you in Florida. You pretty much got the wide variety of videos out there, and they're really good. So I really tell people to check these videos out. Get hooked. Here we got another.
We're going to get another train here. This is the southbound. I'm not sure which one he was. Man, he is laying on the horn here as it comes through Folkestone.
What directions he?
There's a southbound auto rack train hauling these 90-foot long, 3-level auto racks. They carry new automobiles in these cars. And this guy looks like a pretty hefty one. He looks like he probably could be either 8 to 10,000 feet. A brand new automobile that come out of Kentucky and other places like that. And some still out of Detroit. But it's really fascinating to see this stuff.
How fast would you say he's going? You said he's heading south, so they do 50, 60 miles an hour from there?
The speed limit on the track here is 60 miles miles an hour for freights, but he's not doing anywhere near that.
Okay.
I would say he's probably only doing about 25 or 30.
He must have just switched out from the. He obviously came from Waycross because if he's coming from Kentucky, he didn't do the Jessup Start line, so he's coming from Waycross, right?
I think you're right. I think he was coming off the Waycross side.
Yeah, he probably had it. Yeah, he probably had to go through that.
He probably there's some kind of a slow order somewhere around here because he's not going too fast now. It looks like he has throttled up a little bit. Now he's pouring the coal to it now and getting a little faster. So
there's one thing I'm never gonna be able to figure out in a million years is the horns. You know all the horns. What kind of horn was that? Is it Nathan or what kind of horn was that?
you know, that's not my area of expertise.
What are you talking about? You talk about it all the time.
Nathan K5L something. Maybe
Something
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
There are some rail fans here who can tell you everything about that horn just from the sound of it. They can tell you what horn that is listening to it 10 miles away.
How do you know? You talk about the horns. You do on your videos.
It's only just information I get from these kids, you know, that
Oh.
know this stuff.
Oh, right. Right.
Because I've never thought about it. You know, I know that they all have a little bit different sound. You know, there are different sounds from different, you know, horn makers, and even the same horn makers will do different chord, structures.
Yep.
Because they're all 5-chime horns pretty much nowadays. You've got 5-chime and older 3-chime horns.
Yep.
But they all will make a little bit different note depending on what the railroad wants. If you notice, Amtrak locomotives have a different sound than freight locomotives, and it's because of the tuning on there. They have a little bit different tuning and make a little bit different chord. Plus, on Amtrak engines, all the bells, you know, the horns face forward, whereas on freight trains you have usually 3 bells that face forward and 2 that face backwards because, you know, freight locomotives have to do a lot of backing up and reverse actions, and sometimes they have to blow their horn to cross as they're going in reverse. So freight engines have 3 bells forward and 2 backwards.
All right. Yeah, that's real interesting on the horns. I mean, I watched a lot of rail videos, and yeah, a lot of people a little bit. But I mean, you pretty much have a hodgepodge on everything. As far as your videos are concerned, you don't get like too wide on one thing. It's an all-around situation because that's why the videos, in my opinion, are so enjoyable to watch because you don't get caught up on one corner of the aspect of the railroading that bores you.
And it's you have to strike a balance there with I've discovered over the years. You got to strike a balance between, you know, getting enough details in there to make it interesting and kind of adding that, gee whiz, I didn't know that about that.
Right.
With getting down into really small minutia that only a few people really care about.
Right. You gotta get people interested. Joey, yes, you want to say something? 2 minutes. Joey wants to ask you the $100,000 question.
We'll get to that. But first, how can people, get a hold of you, watch your videos, and all that?
Well, YouTube, of course. I'm on YouTube, and the channel is called Distant Signal. You can also just search Danny Harmon, and I think I come up. Just search Distant Signal, and I'll come up. You can also search trains. You can search railroads, and a lot of times it'll put me in the suggested column out there on the side. So it's really becoming a real thing now. It's been remarkable to watch.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Progressed over
I mean,
the past
yeah.
5 or 6 years.
I've been listening to you 7, 8 years now. I mean, watching the videos, and you've been part of the show for 5 years. This is the 5th year you've called in on Super Bowl. So I mean, that's.
Has it really been that long?
It's it was the first
2020.
Brady was,
the Brady one.
Yeah, Tampa was in the Super Bowl, and you were all excited, and they won. But who do you want this?
They won the first time, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you picking today? Who do you like?
You know, I don't know. I don't know these two teams other than what you hear about Kansas City and what's his name and Travis Kelce and
Yep.
I'm probably going with the Chiefs, and not because I'm a particular Chiefs fan. It's just because I think that kid is so good, Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And he's just got wide receivers that are just superb. I mean, when a team like this hits a rhythm and they're so superb, and you've got a guy like that, like a Mahomes or a Tom Brady, who's just an absolute surgeon out there. It's just beautiful to watch, even if you're not a giant football fan. And I'm not an NFL fanatic. I prefer college football, but you watch some of these games with these guys, and it's just beautiful to watch these people plunk down a ball, 30, 40 yards even, right down, and the receiver is in the middle of three other guys. And that guy can get that ball right down in there and thread that needle right into that receiver's hand. It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
What do you want? What do you want, Joe?
Mahomes and Kelce and those guys are I think they're a little better than what the Eagles have right now.
I want a good game. That's all I want, Don.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of
There's
Philadelphia.
There's all this chatter about the refs and the officiating and stuff. And, of course, the NFL's trying to tamp that down as much as they can.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of angst out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's a good game, too. I mean, I want Philadelphia. I've never been a big Philadelphia fan, but I always hated
I
Philadelphia.
don't think anyone is, other than just some people from Philly.
Yeah, but I mean, they seem to be the underdog, don't I? I always go for the underdog.
I think, in this Super Bowl, they're the underdog.
I'm the underdog guy.
I think,
But I am most happy for the city of New Orleans because they really need this, and they seem to have just done a spectacular job with this Super Bowl. New Orleans has really had a lot of problems over the past 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, no, they've really come back. Yeah, you can get.
And the amount of
I got family down in New Orleans too. I have a niece who lives down there. So.
and the amount of security that's going to be there today is going to be crazy because this is
going to be crazy. It's going to be like I heard one guy on Friday say it's going to be the safest city in America.
Well, yeah, because
the president's there.
The president's there. Yeah.
Yeah, the president's there. It should be the safest city in America.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Danny. Could you stay on the line real quick after we sign off? Yeah. Just talk real quick.
All right. So we are going to sign off and say
thank you.
Thank you to Danny. And
5 years in a row.
For 5 years, yep. And we will be back next week with another edition of Middleboro in Review. Have a great weekend, everybody. And go Chiefs, go Eagles, and go New Orleans as well. Hopefully that's going to be a great Super Bowl as well.
And if you don't want to watch football, you can watch Reruns of Matlock.
or the new Matlock. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll say goodbye and be back next week. Bye-bye. Okay.
All right, Danny, thanks again. 5 years in a row. I can't believe it.
All right, that was great, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we appreciate you taking the time for us, and I hope you have a great day. Who's doing the cooking there? You cooking? Danny Harmon cooking?
No, I'm not doing any cooking today. I got to hit the trail and get back. My son is having a Super Bowl party at his house in Tampa.
Okay.
And so Liz and I are going to that. So I got a 4-hour drive ahead of me here to get back to Tampa.
So what are you gonna have? What are you gonna eat real quick and split about?
I'm just gonna say hi to some folks and try to get out of here by about 9:45.
Oh really? Oh wow.
I just want to be back in Tampa by 2 o'clock if I can.
Oh wow. You did a lot of driving just to come up for a couple hours. Wow. Yeah, you gotta make your appearances, I guess. I've seen your Facebook.
I was staying at the hotel at Jacksonville Airport.
Oh, that ain't bad. Yeah.
And it's only about a 20-minute drive up here to Folkestone from there.
And you have to come to Folkestone before you roll out of town. It's important.
Yeah. You gotta get up here and get this close and everything. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the new, I'm going to let you go, but it's one more thing here. The South Coast Rail is opening on March 24th. That's the new commuter line. That's opening up here. They've been waiting for years for Fall River, New Bedford.
Oh boy, that's exciting.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to try to take the day off and maybe get the first train or whatever.
That'd be great.
You know, but all right, Danny, I'll be in touch.
All right, you guys. Thank you again.
I'll ring you up in about a month. All right.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that'll do it for today's program. I hope everyone enjoyed today's program. I hope everyone, if you're going to be watching the Super Bowl, I hope everyone does enjoy, the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's going to be a good one. Even though the two teams that are in it are kind of boring, but that's fine because I think it's still going to be a good Super Bowl. I think we're going to get a good one. I hope everyone does enjoy the Super Bowl if you're going to watch it today. For Middleboro Matters tomorrow, I think I'll break down the Super Bowl, what transpired today. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. What transpired today with the Super Bowl. That gets underway at 6:30 tonight. So that should be a fun Super Bowl. And again, hope if you're watching it, it's a great experience for you as well. Whether you're at home or at a watch party. I have my snacks and my soda for the day for the Super Bowl, so I'm all set to go. And so again, should be a fun Super Bowl, should be a fun night. And we'll be back again for another edition of Middleboro in Review next Sunday, the 16th. I'm not sure what we'll have on the show, but it should be a fun show. I think it might be the 23rd. The 16th, I'm waiting to hear back from Chuck Hart for the 16th. And then for the 23rd, we have Ed Miller. So that's coming up over the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be a fun couple of shows coming up for Middleboro in Review. Middleboro Matters should be fun as well. We got some great shows coming up as well there. All right. Until tomorrow, when I do Middleboro Matters, I hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend, and bye-bye.